Or should I say, konnichiwa? My name is Tomo, and I'm the lifestyle coordinator for Overture Centennial in Raleigh, North Carolina. Today, we'll be discovering the art of paper folding, otherwise known as origami, in this segment that I like to call Tomo-Gami. Today, we'll be working on two projects, one of which will be the famous paper crane. And although your patience might be tested, I assure you that by the end of today's segment, you will be the proud owner of your very own handmade paper crane. Now then, let's get started. All right, so before we create a paper crane, the first item we'll be making today is a paper balloon. One that you can actually inflate too. All right, very good. So then, it is important in origami to differentiate and decipher what will be the top or exterior of your creation versus the bottom or the interior of your creation. So for my balloon today, I would like for this nice overture blue to be the outside or exterior of my creation. So what I will do is start by putting the top side down. The first fold today for this balloon will be a simple crease folded like so to create a rectangle from our square. So we'll line up the corners so they are nice and even. All right. And then we will create a nice firm crease like so. All right, very good. So we'll go ahead and unfold this, turn it around so that we can fold it in half once more on the other side. So the side that has yet to be creased, we will fold it over like so, line up the corners once again, ladies and gentlemen, and create another firm crease. All right, doing this allows for us to follow along with the future steps much easier, okay? All right, so for this next step, we will take our rectangle with the opening facing us, and we will fold it over once more to create a small square, just like so. All right, so once again, the opening is facing us, and you created this crease right here, this indentation, which will make this next step much easier. So what we'll do is please bring up this one side of the paper as if you're gonna fold the paper over once more, but this time you'll hold it just like so that the opening is actually facing us. All right, and the paper is standing up and down just like that. And what you'll do is you'll actually take your hand and slide it in this opening to fold it out into a nice even triangle. And again, please do your very best to make sure that those corners and lines add up to be nice and straight. All right. So again, we took that square, made it into a triangle. So if we flip this paper over, you'll notice where the rectangle used to be. And we're actually going to take this other side, this other square, and do the exact same thing. So face it toward us. Open the segment here that's facing us, and flatten it out by placing one hand within the paper and the other hand on top. Line up those corners once again, and we'll make a nice, even triangle, like so. All right, so you'll notice how the paper looks on my end, looking from the top down, and the two sides are now triangles. All right, and moving right along, so long as I'm not moving too fast. What we're gonna do is we'll start one by one and taking these various corners and folding them up to the top. You see what I did there? So take this bottom corner of the triangle, not the whole thing, just the top layer, and fold the corner from the bottom to the top. Again, a nice firm crease. And let's repeat that process for the other corners. So once again, just the top layer on this side, and we'll fold that corner to the top. A nice firm crease, like so. All right. Now, let's flip the paper over and do the very same thing on this side. So once again, corners to the top, a nice firm crease. Corner to the top, a nice firm crease. I'm sure you all are getting tired of hearing me say that, but fear not. Those steps are now complete, and we have a nice little diamond. All right. So then, if you all don't mind, I'm gonna face the paper toward me, so that way the openings, the flaps, are facing me. And all right, what we're gonna do next is we want to make this, if you can imagine, even smaller. So, I'm gonna take the sides of my diamond, once again, just the top layer to start off. We'll get the bottom layer soon. We'll take the sides with the side facing us, the flap opening facing us. We'll take one side and just go straight from the right corner to the middle. Next, all right. Let's go to the left side and do the very same thing. The left corner to the middle, and try and make it nice and even to the best of your ability. All right, so this is what we're looking at right now. Oh, I'm so sorry. Where's the camera? There's the camera. Nice. All right. So we will turn the creation over and repeat those steps. So right corner to the middle, and left corner to the middle. All right, so now we have this nice little shape here, like so. All right, and the flaps or the openings are still facing me, still facing you. Okay. So then, we're near completion, ladies and gentlemen. So bear with me just a bit longer. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take those flaps like we talked about, the ones at the bottom. All right. Then we're actually going to take these corners that we brought in, and you'll notice yet again that if you just press lightly, these corners actually open up like so. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one of these bottom flaps, okay? And we're gonna fold it right into that pocket and press firm to lock it in place. All right, so yet again, press lightly to open up the pocket, bring up the fold, bring it in the pocket, and press firmly. Now let's repeat that again on the back side. Pocket. All right, and take the flap, bring it in the pocket, press firmly like so. One last pocket, one last flap. Voila. And there you have it. And you're probably asking yourself, is this really a balloon? Is this kid delusional? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are not yet finished. If you notice, the top portion of our creation has a small insert, or opening, I should say. All right. Now, if you purse your lips tight enough, you can blow in the item and create an inflated balloon like so. Now, if you cannot do that, feel free to take a coffee stirrer like so and insert the item in the top of our creation. All right, let's see. I'm embarrassing myself I do apologize. All right, just like so. And inflate the creation. All right, and there you have it. A nice balloon. Beautiful, isn't it? All right, so how did everyone fare with that last creation with the inflatable balloon? I hope it wasn't too challenging for you all, because the worst is yet to come. I'm kidding, really. All right, so let's move on to the paper crane. So this one will be a bit more complex, so please do your very best to follow along, and we will make it through together. Fly away, bird. All right, so then, like I said earlier, it's important to differentiate and decipher which side of the paper you would like to be the top and the bottom. For me, I will choose to have this purple side as the exterior or the top of my creation. Now then, to start off with our paper cranes, we will actually be folding the paper inward and covering our exterior. But fear not, it will all work out in the end, and this purple will be the outside color for my paper crane. So then, without further ado, we will take the bottom corner. If we were to keep the paper like so in a diamond shape, take the bottom corner and bring it up to the top, like so. Line up those corners and make a triangle with a nice firm crease. All right, we'll fold the paper out to expose the purple once again. We will rotate the paper so that a new corner is now facing us. And we'll repeat the process just with a different corner from bottom to top once again. Line those corners up. All right. A nice crease to solidify the fold. Take that paper. All right. A triangle once again. And we'll fold it out. Now, you'll notice these creases and indentions in the paper. We will now take the exterior side of the paper that we want showing when we finish with our crane, and we'll flip that on the bottom, okay? Now for this new side of the paper, we'll actually rotate the paper so that it is in a square shape rather than a diamond. And we'll take the bottom side and bring it up to the top side, like so. All right, and make sure that we do not neglect the importance of really lining up those corners, because it will make it a whole lot easier for us in the future, and it could be the deciding factor between whether you have a paper crane at the end or a ball of paper in the trash at the end. All right, so we'll unfold the paper, rotate it, and with this last side, we will bring the bottom up to the top once more for one final fold all the way across the paper. And voila! You'll notice all these creases in the paper. It looks pretty complex, but it came out of really just 4 simple folds, right? Now then, you'll notice the paper is naturally kind of wanting to go inward, almost like a bowl, all right? So what you'll do is you will actually allow for the paper to move inward, all right? So you can make a nice diamond. So once again, let's try that again. Taking the flat paper, and as it already naturally is, folding it inward, and flattening out the paper so you have a nice petite diamond, like so. All right. Now then, moving on. Similar to the balloon we made earlier, we'll be taking the corners and bringing them into the middle. but rather than going straight from the side to the middle by bringing the corner inward, we'll actually go more at a slant by bringing the paper more upward, so that way the slant lines up nice and easy in the middle, like so. All right, so let's try that again. So just the top layer, bringing the side, the corner, to the middle, but rather than going straight from the side to the middle, we'll kind of work our way upwards on a slant to fold the paper in with a nice firm crease. All right. Now let's repeat that process on the other side. Once again, just the top layer for this side with a nice fold. All right, and this is what you should be looking at this point in time. Okay, so we'll flip the paper over and we'll repeat that. So once again, the corner slanted up, tilted up, bring it in, like so. All right. And one last corner to slant up. And make sure those corners line up nice and easy. Unlike how I'm doing things right now. Make sure those corners line up well in order for the rest of the creation to turn out properly. All right, so you have this nice cocoon shape, this nice diamond here. All right, so let's take this diamond cocoon and we'll take things up a notch. So then, allow us to, for one side, we will take the top of the cocoon, if you will, the head of it, the triangle, and we'll fold it inward over the arms, or the flaps, okay? So, we'll just bring it over, just enough to go over the line that are the tops of those arms, or the flaps of the cocoon. So like that, all right? So it's really just a nice fold and we can bring the paper back out. That crease is to help us with our next step, which might be a little bit challenging, so please follow along to the best of your ability. So then, I'll lay the paper back on my table. And what I'm gonna do for one side, for the top layer, I'm actually gonna bring the arms out, okay? With the bottom opening facing me. So once again, arms out. And I'm actually going to open up the flap. And you'll notice the natural creases that we've created will drive the paper inward, okay? So what we want to do is we're actually going to take these flaps, these arms, and we're actually going to tuck them inward, okay? We're actually going to take our finger and push on the side to push this inward. All right, like so. And the natural creases that we've already made will actually drive the fold, the paper up to the top. Now that might have been confusing, so we'll try it once again. So, the bottom opening facing us, then we'll take this little corner and we'll push it in, okay? And if the natural flow of the crease doesn't allow you to make your way to the top corner, just use your finger to guide it, okay? Gently. All right. And we'll do the same for this other side. Press in and gently just drive the paper up. If we're not careful, we can tear the paper. With my luck, I'll end up tearing the paper while I'm recording this, as I'm describing. All right. And we will flatten this out. So we have this elongated diamond here, this new shape. All right. Make sure those corners are not too bunched up like mine just were. And we'll flip the paper over. And we'll repeat the process. Well, once again, we'll bring the top of the cocoon downward and fold it over the arms. Okay? You can bring that back out. Just as a guide, we made that crease. So once again, lay the paper on the table, fold the arms out, open up the bottom. Use your finger to guide the side arm inward. All right. Follow the paper up gently. Press on the other side and repeat. All right. So now we have this nice long diamond shape on both sides. So then, you'll notice that one side has what looks to be these little legs, like a starfish. All right. So we want to make sure that that's the side pointing us, facing us. And what you're going to do is take the top layer and once again, side corner, drive it inward to the middle. But don't go straight from the corner to the middle. Slant it and fold in. All right. Seems like this step is pretty popular with origami, doesn't it? All right. So then, same thing on the other side. Take the corner, drive it inward. All right. Forming this cocoon shape yet again. We'll flip the paper over and do the very same. Bringing the side inward. Bringing the side inward. For a nice cocoon shape once again. All right. Now then, this part gets a little bit confusing. So make sure the legs are still facing us. And we're actually going to take the top layer and pinch it inward so it goes into itself for a nice hug. I know with everything going on right now, we're not supposed to be hugging, but this is paper, so it's harmless. All right, so once again, we started out with this and just tuck this inward and folded it in. We'll do the same on this end. Tuck it in, fold it inward. So that it's flat. All right. Now we have this shape here. All right. So what we'll do with this is we'll take not the little legs, but this time we'll make sure that the big single fold is facing us. We'll actually take this and bring it on up. As the paper is getting smaller and smaller, please be careful to exercise caution, not to tear the paper. We'll fold it over once again. Take the one big fold and bring it on up. All right, so once again, we started out with this, brought this up, brought this up. Okay, and once more, we're going to go in for a hug again by bringing the paper and folding it inward into itself. Oh, nice little hug there. And on this side as well. Hugs all around. Once again, we have a flat inverted shape. All right, so we're near the end, folks. We will bring one flap of our new shape. We'll bring it downward to create one of the two wings. And we'll do the same on the other end. I know this seems like we're just undoing the last step we did, but the other step was critical to form this shape. All right, so we now have the wings of the crane. And we can designate either of the 2 points to be the tail and the head. So I'll just choose this side. And what I'll do is, well, I take my index finger and thumb and pinch the base so that way I can take my other hand and gently pull and ease this point a little bit on an angle so that the head of the crane is bowing a bit. Okay, so pinch down here and just pull slightly, not too much. And we will tuck this paper downward to create the head of the swan, like so. And we can move the tail slightly back by, again, pinching the base and just moving it back slightly, not too much. All right. Lastly, what we can do is we can turn the crane upside down and just bring out the base of it a little bit. So that way there's stability if you stand your crane up on a table, shelf, or anywhere you choose to decorate it. And that, my friend, is a paper crane. I hope that you will have a product similar to this one, if not better, in your hands as we speak. Hopefully, I did not lose any of you on step 1. I suppose I should have slowed down to check and see if I lost any of you. But I hope you were able to follow along, and I hope that you are the owner of a new paper crane. Ta-da! And there you have it. It's simple, right? Whether you are in an overture community, near or far from where I am today, I wanted to thank you so much for tuning in as I instructed this course to exercise our creativity from the comfort of our homes. Until our next segment, I ask that you all please stay safe, smart, and smiling in this season. Thank you so much. Arigatou gozaimashita.